Well, a train collided with an 18-wheeler, critically injuring the driver of that truck. SkyEye was over the accident in Hockley, and you can see that truck just completely mangled. The train actually dragged the cab down the track. ABC 13 reporter Jeff Ealing is there at the 290 feeder in Katy Hockley Road. And Jeff, it's miraculous he even survived that accident.
Boy, it really is, Melanie, especially when you get a really good look at the cab of that truck. I'm kind of going to show you where we are. This is actually where the accident took place. If you look underneath the train there, you can still see a whole load of gravel. This truck, its 18-wheeler, was hauling that gravel. You still see it there. And if you come a little bit over to the right, you can still see pieces of the cab of the truck. But the cab itself ended up separating from the trailer, and as you mentioned, that train pushed it a long way. We're talking a quarter of a mile down the tracks. SkyEye 13 has video of the cab still wrapped around the front of this Union Pacific train engine. Now, according to sheriff's investigators, the driver of the truck was stopped on the tracks around 8 o'clock this morning when the arms of the railroad crossing started coming down and the lights started blinking. Those arms came down on the rig itself. Apparently, the driver didn't know if he should go forward, if he should go backward, and eventually the train came through the intersection and ran right into the rig of the cab. Now, from the images we've seen of the cab, it looks like the train hit the passenger side and that it was not a direct hit on the cab itself, but the driver obviously was still inside the truck. Those two factors probably played a huge role in the fact that the driver did survive this, but he was seriously injured.
What we know right now is he was on the tracks, and unfortunately, yes, we are happy to report that he will not succumb to his injuries, but train crashes happen frequently, unfortunately, and we're glad to report that he will not succumb from his injuries yet on this crash.
So we're told that no one on the train itself was hurt. This was a freight train, no passengers or anything like that, just a couple of engineers in the very front of the train. The driver could face some citations in this. He could possibly face charges. You know, really, Melanie, all depends on the course of this investigation. As you see, the train still blocking the tracks, still blocking the roadway here. Talked to a police officer, sheriff's deputy here not too long ago. He said it's probably going to take a couple of hours for workers with Union Pacific to get the cab of that truck off of the engines of the truck so they can then clear this accident and move things forward. We're talking probably a couple of hours out here. Debris still everywhere. There were 73 cars in this train. There were 2 engines, and again, about 7,500 feet long. As you know, once trains are at speed, it takes them a long time to stop no matter what they hit, and it proved it right here. The train continued for about a quarter of a mile after this accident. Reporting live, Jeff Ealing, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Man, a terrifying accident there. Just looking behind you, it looked as though there was an arm that tried to come down that may have been twisted there.
Oh, yeah.
Did he try to race the train?
Yep.
Any idea about that?
No. He was actually stopped on the tracks, according to police, and then once this all started happening, the arms came down, the lights came on. You can still hear the bell dinging behind me, but you see those arms that you called attention to. Yeah, they are mangled beyond belief, and we were told that another one of the arms, I guess which would be on the arm for the other side of the road there, is further down the tracks as well, that it got pushed farther down. But yeah, it's an incredible fact that this driver of this pickup truck was not killed, to be quite frank, in this accident. This was a pretty bad accident, but fortunately he is expected to survive his injuries. He was taken by life flight to a hospital.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much. We're glad he was able to survive.